you better stop pretending to be a hero.
A hero? Like you? You're a laboratory experiment, Rogers. Everything special about you came out of a bottle.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times MCU characters roasted each other.
We haven't met yet. I'm Clint.
I don't care.
For this list, we'll be looking at the funniest moments where members of this franchise were next-level savage with their quips and insults. Which MCU roast made you laugh out loud? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Guardians Roast of Star-Lord, Avengers Infinity War. Of all the MCU characters, it's the Guardians who have no filter.
People usually want cute pets. Why would you go on such a hideous one?
I am hideous?
You are horrifying to look at.
Not even their own members are safe from their wisecracks, as Star-Lord found out in embarrassing fashion. After the group rescues Thor from space, they're quick to point out how physically gifted he is compared to Star-Lord.
He is not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man. A handsome, muscular man.
Taking it one step further, Drax and Rocket are blunt about Star-Lord's lack of effort when it comes to staying in shape.
I'm muscular.
But who are you kidding, Quill? You're one sandwich away from fat.
Yeah, right.
It's true. You have put on weight.
What? Gamora, do you think I'm...
That serves as a real eye-opener for him. His attempts at copying Thor don't pan out either, as his Guardians teammates are quick to point out.
Are you making your voice deeper?
No, you are. You're imitating the God-Man. It's weird. No, I'm not.
He just did it again.
This is my voice.
Not that it stops him from trying and failing to win back their favor. Number 9. Ultron has no respect for Captain America, Avengers Age of Ultron. Since Ultron was co-created by Tony Stark, the villainous AI retains a lot of his signature sass.
Is that why you've come? To end the Avengers?
I've come to save the world. But also, yeah.
He also harbors some disdain for Captain America, which he makes sure to let Steve know about. When confronted by the Avengers, Ultron wastes no time in taking shots at their expense. Even Tony's impressed by his creation's roasting talents.
Nobody has to break anything.
Clearly you've never made an omelet.
You beat me by 1 second.
The character has a particular zinger ready for Captain America, though, revealing his lack of respect for his self-righteousness.
Captain America, God's righteous man, pretending you could live without a war.
I can't physically throw up in my mouth.
We have to admit, for a megalomaniac AI set on obliterating humans, Ultron does have a sarcastic wit that's hard to resist.
I think you're confusing peace with quiet.
Yeah, huh? What's the vibranium for?
I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
Number 8. Hawkeye uses a meta insult on Tony. Captain America Civil War.
All grown up, you got a wife and kids. I don't understand. Why didn't you think about them before you chose the wrong side?
You gotta watch your back with this guy. There's a chance he's gonna break it.
Not everyone knows that Robert Downey Jr. took a shot at a music career in the aughts. His first and so far only album was titled The Futurist, which didn't make much of an impact upon release. It seems Hawkeye is aware of this somehow, as he uses it to take a shot at Tony Stark. When Captain America's Avengers faction is held at the Raft prison following their capture, an angered Hawkeye blames Tony. The Archer mocks his former friend with a meta insult that reminds viewers of Downey Jr.'s past musical ambitions.
The Futurist is here! He sees all. He knows what's best for you, whether you like it or not.
While Tony usually has a retort in hand, he has nothing to shoot back with. It's as if Hawkeye got both Stark and Robert Downey Jr. at the same time.
This place for maniacs. This is a place for...
Criminals. Criminals, Tony. I think that's the word you're looking for. Right?
Number 7. Yelena makes fun of Natasha's pose. Black Widow. Natasha Romanoff defeated a lot of baddies in her day and looked fierce each time. But was her signature pose really all that necessary? Her younger sister definitely doesn't think so. When the siblings are reunited in Black Widow, Yelena mentions Natasha's time with the Avengers.
You just didn't want your baby sister to tag along whilst you saved the world with the cool kids.
You weren't really my sister.
And the Avengers aren't really your family.
Unimpressed with her heroics, she calls her out on her posing habits, even faulting the obligatory hair flip.
This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair, and you do like a fighting pose. As if
It's a fighting pose. You're a total poser.
Yelena's destruction quickly turns Natasha's pose from something that's supposed to be cool into something that sounds lame. Funnily enough, she later roasts herself after completing the same pose on her own.
Ugh, that was disgusting.
Number 6. Tony makes fun of Thor's Shakespearean attitude, the Avengers. It typically doesn't take more than a few seconds for Tony Stark to find something to make fun of in a person. Thor proves to be an easy target. The future pals don't start off on good terms as Thor attacks Tony to take Loki away. While the God of Thunder fires the first shot, Stark evens the score by attacking him while he's speaking with his brother.
You need the cube to bring me home, but I've sent it off I know not where.
Listen well, brother. I'm listening.
Paying no mind to their Asgardian sibling drama, Stark focuses on their Shakespearean attitude instead by directing a savage line Thor's way.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Shakespeare in the Park? Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
We have to give him credit for looking the God of Thunder in the face and delivering a burn not yet heard across the 9 realms.
Means a portal won't collapse on itself like it did at S.H.I.E.L.D. No hard feelings, Point Break. You got a mean swing.
Number 5. Pepper puts Christine in her place, Iron Man. Pepper Potts may have eventually become the CEO of Stark Enterprises, but she first established herself as the queen of subtle insults.
She's actually doing a big sprint on me for Vanity Fair. I thought I'd throw her a bone, you know. Right?
Yes. Well, she did quite a spread on Tony last year.
After Tony convinces journalist Christine Everhart to spend the night with him, the latter finds herself alone the next morning. Realizing that Pepper, his assistant, is there to dismiss her, Christine makes her annoyance clear with a backhanded jab.
You must be the famous Pepper Potts.
Indeed I am.
After all these years, Tony still has you picking up the dry cleaning.
While her insult isn't the worst, she's no match for Pepper's quick wit. Without skipping a beat, Potts comes up with a response that sends her target packing, with no chance of a comeback.
I do anything and everything that Mr. Stark requires, including occasionally taking out the trash. Will that be all?
With such a natural talent for roasting, it's easy to see why Pepper was ultimately the perfect match for Tony. Number 4. Peter 3 insults Peter 2 style, Spider-Man No Way Home. The ability to quip comes with the job of being Spider-Man, and none of the Peter Parker variants disappoint in this area.
I don't want to brag, but I will. I was in the Avengers.
The Avengers?
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
What is that?
Wait, you don't have the Avengers?
Is that a band? Are you in a band?
Andrew Garfield's version, dubbed as Peter 3 by his counterparts, is the snarkiest of the trio. When the Spider-Men regroup to come up with their plan to stop the villains, they talk about things like their backstories.
All we gotta do is lure these guys someplace, right? Try to cure them while they try to kill us, and then send them home.
Using a magic box.
However, Peter 3 has some reservations about the fashion sense of Tobey Maguire's Parker, Peter 2. In a nod toward the latter's status as the oldest among the trio, the former hilariously asks him if he has a suit that can make their enemies take him seriously.
So wait, are you gonna go into battle dressed as a cool youth pastor, or you got your suit?
Number 3. Loki mimics Captain America, Thor: The Dark World. For all of Loki and Thor's baggage, the former sure loves to seek his older brother's attention.
This is so unlike you, brother. So clandestine. Are you sure you wouldn't rather just punch your way out?
If you keep speaking, I just might.
The God of Mischief is broken out of prison to assist Thor in defeating the Dark Elves, but can't resist taking shots at him. Initially using his magical powers to alter his sibling's appearance, Loki changes his strategy to really get under his skin by taking a swipe at the Avengers. Not only does Loki take on Captain America's form, but he also puts his own satirical spin on the character's patriotism.
Costume's a bit much. So tight. With the confidence, I can feel the righteousness surging. Hey, want to have a rousing discussion about truth, honor, patriotism? God bless them!
His portrayal is particularly hilarious because it's genuinely how he views the hero. Needless to say, it never gets old.
On my way down to coordinate search and rescue. On my way down to coordinate search and rescue.
I mean, honestly, how do you keep your food?
Shut up.
Number 2. Rocket humiliates Taserface, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. If there's one thing that Rocket can't pass up, it's the chance to burn somebody. And not even the threat of death stands in his way against Taserface. When the mutinous Ravagers are about to dispose of him and Yondu, the raccoon goes straight after their leader's unusually funny name.
Your name it's Taserface?
That's right.
Do you
Shoot tasers out of your face?
Although Taserface tries to, well, save face by justifying his decision to choose that title, Rocket keeps calling him out for how stupid it sounds.
I just keep imagining you waking up in the morning, sir, looking in the mirror, and in all seriousness saying to yourself, you know what would be a really kick-ass name? Taserface!
His teasing is so effective that even Taserface's own people turn against him, especially after this scything remark.
What was your second choice? Scrotum hat?
The character suffers even more shame when his name is mocked again before his death.
Tell him the name of the man what sealed his fate. Taserface.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. America's Behind, Avengers Endgame. To be fair, we were all thinking it.
Mr. Rogers, I almost forgot that suit did nothing for your ass.
No one asked you to look, Tony.
It's ridiculous.
I think you look great, Cap. As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
Doctor Strange insults the Avengers, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Earth's mightiest heroes get roasted with one line.
There are other Avengers.
Yeah, but given the choice between the Archer with the Mohawk and several bug-themed crime fighters or one of the most powerful magic wielders on the planet, it's an easy call.
Star-Lord mocks Rocket, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Quill knows the best way to get under the character's skin, or is it fur?
Don't call me a raccoon!
I'm sorry. I took it too far. I meant trash panda.
Is that better?
I don't know.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
Tony Stark compares Ebony Maw to Squidward, Avengers Infinity War. It looks like Thanos' trusted lieutenant belongs in Bikini Bottom.
Does this chattering animal speak for you?
Certainly not. I speak for myself. I've been trespassing in this city and on this planet.
It means get lost, Squidward.
Shuri makes fun of T'Challa's slippers, Black Panther. Nothing gets past the Wakandan King's feisty sister.
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those? Why do you have your toes out in my lap?
But you don't like my royal sandals. I wanted to go old school for my first day.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Hulk consults Loki with authority, the Avengers.
Not a great plan. When they come, and they will, they'll come for you.
I have an army.
We have a Hulk.
Loki pretty much gets on every Avengers' bad side during the Battle of New York, but nobody's more frustrated by him than the angry Green Giant. After Loki crashes into Stark Tower, he's met by the Hulk for what looks to be a big fight scene. Losing his patience, the God of Mischief begins a self-glorifying rant, but is promptly cut off by his opponent.
Enough! You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Hulk nearly smashes Loki to smithereens, shutting the villain up for good and walking away with a one-liner for the ages.
Puny god.
His words seem to have a lasting effect. Best seen when Loki attempts to run away when their paths cross again years later.
Yes!
I have to get off this planet.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.